Hello, everyone, and welcome to another weekly analysis. I want to go through the levels quickly on ES and NQ and actually focus on intraday trade because I've been getting requests from friends and viewers about how I trade intraday. So I'm gonna go through ES and NQ pretty quickly, and this is just going to be a single video for this week. Plan worked exactly as I had discussed in last week. Was bullish and did exactly from those levels, and looking over this channel, this bigger channel here as of now, and nothing changes for me here going into next week. If this level is retested, I go long. If it is broken, I go short. That's straightforward for ES. So nothing new in there. On NQ, repeats the same thing. So there was this breakout here, again another breakout, and I took a long here. As it was testing this area, I let it, just go up by a little bit, and then I just took a long and targeted that, and I got my target, and that's how I traded going into NQ also, and both are profitable trades for me. But I want to switch gear and pivot here to talk about really how I trade my intraday. And I have a grid for intraday, and I'm gonna go into that first. And let's look at this grid, and I'm gonna go to NQ here. And so let's start on, this is Friday. Friday was a simple trade day, so let's actually go to Thursday, which is a little bit difficult. So before I start my trade, and I'm gonna switch from this view to another view. This is the advanced and declining line for NQ. This is your bar tick. This gives me more of an entry. This is the 30 minutes. This is my active trader for sure. And I have different templates from here that I use. You can choose your templates. But before going into that, how do I start my day? So this is overnight, and I have these overnight that I figure out like through code. This is the closing, overnight closing. This is the overnight high, overnight low. So what happened on Wednesday is market just bounced between, did not have a trend. If you see, it was just choppy, came down, retested overnight high, came down, and that's what it is. So it ended up like that. So if we are looking at how did Thursday go, and I'm going to go here first. So that is Thursday was the first, and I want to make sure that I do not have extended turn on. Okay, so that's the 31st. That's your first 6:30 a.m. And that you see there is a small gap up, very small gap up. And that's not a big gap up, which you can see that a breakaway gap. So pretty much, you would think that this gap up will be closed. So looking at coming in, if I go to the bigger picture, I am bullish overall on a daily chart with the extended turn on. I am going to confirm that. So we're going to look at here. This is Thursday here, I think somewhere here. So 30, that's Thursday. So that's Friday. Yeah, that's Thursday. So looking at previous time, it's coming here. And is there any kind of a support level here? If you see, there was no support level here. So that gives me, that puts me in a fix. Should I take a long or not? Because it's really not one of my support levels. My support levels are here. So what do I do? So let's go into taking out extended hours. And we're going to look at just that. So these candles have not yet formed, and it's not at a support level. And I'm looking at, okay, it's not at a support level. And then what do? I watch the market. And these are my levels here, if you see. And what I do is that these are auto run. Market opens, and This is a 5 minute. This is your 30 minutes. I'm primarily looking at the 30-minute window to see what the market does. Market opens, is going sideways. There is no movement, so there is no trade for me. And that is the open. And I'm looking at that open and seeing if it holds. It does not, and it goes through, gets rejected here. So what do? I said, hey, I wait, and the previous day close is already a level for me. And I just see here this big rejection, and it closes above the open. So this one here, this candle here, if you see here, then becomes one of my candle to an enter. But I cannot enter unless and until, so this is all sideways, got rejected. I need to see a uptrend to enter. So then where's my level here? This is my next level here. So that needs to be broken, 338. That gets broken here. That is 705. And if you see here, and let's see, where is that is 630, 21. There is 21 here, 705. So that gets broken. And I'm looking here again, that is 21. I want to be precise here. So that's 6:30. This is 7 o'clock. So this was, the market did not sell off. So now I have a level right here, which is 279. So for me, this becomes a support now, and I put that as a my level. So I don't do anything here. I just no trade here. And when it pulls down here, right, at this point of time, for me, this is an uptrend, and I take a long here. So that was 315 for me, and my target is right here, right? So 315 to 355. So that's a very simple 40-point target. That's my first trade. And then the market rejects, and this was already a level for me here, as I said. So I had put a open order of 270, which actually got filled here. And if I'm going to enter here 270, what would be my stop? It would be 221. So that's a 50-point stop for me. So I had a 210 stop at that point, so a 60-point stop. So 270, first target is this one here, 370. And that's exactly what happened for me. And this automatically closed. I was not even monitoring this trade because this is beyond my normal trading hours. And this automatically closed, and that was it. That's what I did in Thursday. So dynamic levels determination is very important. And looking at these small levels that are being formed here. So one is here that you see here. And when it breaks out, retests, you know that, okay, the retest got rejected. And on the pullback, you take a long. Now, if you really don't read the market properly, that means you are a little bit unsure, hey, why it will not go down, which is very well possible. That's what happened here, right? So for me to really go down, it needs to break a level here. And what's that level here? Is that this level that needs to be broken. And that is 310. So what you can do is that you can just skip all of this trade and wait and let it break 310 right here. And on this candle, when it breaks the open, you take the entry here, targeting the bottom here, 270. So that's not bad at all. If you see, that's like a 305 to almost 270. So that's almost 35 points. And that you could get within 5 minutes. So you could take also confirmation that one. And as I already talked about this level and then targeting that, that's another trade that you can take. This is a little bit hard trade. The next one is that how do you actually then do these entries is that the levels to level determination is important. And once you have determined that, it's pretty easy to do the entry. Now let's talk about this level here. So market breaks out, retests this level, dips a little bit down, and again goes down. You still are not sure, that's fine. Next time when it does that level, you see that trend is up. And you see here the trend is up in 30 minutes. That's your cue again to take, if you're watching the market, to take a long. You'll take a long here. First profit is here for sure. And then you would have a runner, which would then, close at the end of the day if you are watching the market. That's another way of doing it. Let's apply this whole logic and again look at Friday. And so Thursday, what happened? Market retest, close the gap, and trend is up. Overnight, looking at Friday, if you see pretty much Friday shows you that, hey, this is the high, this is the low overnight, and it went all the way up. Those are your levels. This is the close. And where does the market open? Market opens below the close. So not very far away. Gap up, gap down, but not gap can be easily closed. What was the trend previous time? Going up. So you're still bullish. It comes, retests the bottom here, which is fine. And you're not going to take any long here. And then when he closes above that, that's your cue to take long. I took a long right here. And then you just let this run all the way up till which level? Where this overnight level is. So that is this big candle here that you see here. That is your first target. So if you took along here 510, let's say 510, your first target is 605. Now that could be another target is your close, and a safe thing is that once it closes, the gap is closed, it can always turn down. So as soon as your gap is closed, you could always go ahead and put your stop right below that close so that you don't have a losing trade anymore. And then you just let the market chop and then you get your target. If you're still unsure about this target, and if you look at the 30 minutes at here, so market broke out, you have a level somewhere, and market broke out, and as I said, your close is a level. As always, your closing of previous day is a level. Broke out and it retests and doesn't break down, then this breakout of here, that is 622, is your signal. So it breaks out. Any pullback, you go long. So this one is a 620. Let's say you put a 620 entry with a stop at almost 585, somewhere here, and then what's your first target? First target is obviously here, which is 666, which is 40 points, and next you have a runner. That's another safe entry. So determining your levels dynamically on intraday is the first key, and then understanding where the trend is and going with the trend. If you see, I never took a short from here to here, from here to here, because my trend is going up and I only will go long and not take a short. So once you have a little bit more confidence in reading these charts, then making your entry based on the stick charts, where the market is ticking. So wait for a pullback on the tick and then enter. So if you're entering here in the 620 area, right? So you're entering here, this is a level here. So if you see, so so that's your pullback. How do you enter here? You would enter here, you would not enter here, you would not enter here, right? You'd enter when you start seeing the tick chart going up and then it's just going sideways. That means, the market is taking more towards uh, upside than uh, downside, and that's when your entry is. So you'd pretty much enter at that point of time, just with a separate confirmation. But you can actually completely ignore the advanced decline for Q and tick chart, and those are more advanced concepts for market internals, and just try to read a 5 minutes and a 30 minutes, and those are enough to get good entries and be profitable. I know this is a long video, but I wanted to bring this to your notice. So as always, keep learning and keep your profits at large.